What is up, guys? Mob Shade here, uploading another video onto the InMobWeMerk YouTube channel. And today I'm very glad to finally bring you guys some Call of Duty Ghost gameplay. This is on Octane with the AK-12. I dropped a 40 bomb, which is probably not that good compared to all these YouTubers getting these a lot high scoring games with 1 minute chem strikes, but it's the best I can do for now. And so today I'm going to give my opinions on Call of Duty Ghosts, and I'm also going to explain why it's been so long before I was able to upload any gameplays to the channel. So I guess the explanation should come first. So I moved recently, and it wasn't like a very small move, like I didn't move very far. I'm still in New York, but I moved into a larger space, and basically, well, for the first week I had Call of Duty Ghosts, but I wasn't able to play it because there was no internet and the cable guy had to come set it up. During the second week, I had to help fix stuff around the house because it's an old place, and so we basically had to do some renovations of our own, and I had to do stuff like replacing sinks and stuff like that and glossing the floors. So that happened during this first week, yes. And then the second week. And then during the third week that Call of Duty Ghosts was out, I was focusing, well, my mom wanted me to focus more on my schoolwork because for some reason she thought that I would slack off of my schoolwork because I was no longer in, because I no longer lived in the same area, which is highly illogical in my view, but it is what it is. And so for this week, the fourth week that Call of Duty Ghosts has been out, I've been basically trying to start grinding the game, even though this game has been out for like a month now. I don't even have a day played on it, so it goes to show you like how little I've been able to grind this game out. But I am starting to get the hang of it, which is why I'm making this commentary over this gameplay right now. I'm finally starting to do well consistently. I average maybe about 25 kills a game, which isn't too bad considering I mostly play cranked and kill confirmed. I don't really play domination too much. Only reason I would play domination is to go for gameplays for Mob Monthly Report, which is usually a longer video, which will be coming soon. Actually, we wanted to make it monthly consistently, but as I said, I moved and I was unable to upload anything throughout November. So now most of our series are going to return, so you guys don't have to worry about that. Get Wrecked, we are working on getting a gameplay for Get Wrecked in episode 3. As I speak, Chuck is grinding for the gameplay. So yeah, and so alright, now to move on to my opinions on Call of Duty Ghosts. My opinions of this game. This game is a good game. It's better than Black Ops 2 in my opinion, because Black Ops 2 had some unnecessary problems. Like problems that really didn't make sense that there were there. Like there were things that you would think someone would obviously look back on as they were designing the game and fix. But that's besides the point. So in Call of Duty Ghosts, the gun balancing is definitely better than Black Ops 2, but that's probably because all the guns kill so fast. The dying and killing quickly is honestly not that much of an issue with me. The biggest issue with me right now are the spawns, because they're very hard to predict, and it's harder to do well in pub matches because you cannot predict the spawns very easily in this game. Another problem I have, which isn't that big, is with the maps. They're very large and very intricate, and so therefore they have several rush routes that you can, well, not rush routes, flank routes that you can get killed from. So you'll often find yourself getting shot in the back if you don't move from cover to cover and do so quickly. So that's pretty much what I try to do. And finally, I would like to talk about, in order to do good in this game, you have to change your playstyle. In Black Ops 2, if you play Black Ops 2, most people who played that game were rushers, meaning that most of the people who played that game ran around the map. they got good kills. And that was pretty much what I was. I rushed a lot in that game. But the problem is within this game, rushing will just get you shot in the back and killed repeatedly, because the spawns, how they set them up was that they wanted you to get right back into the action, quote unquote, after every time you died. So that's why the spawns are a bit weird. But like the way you navigate the maps, if you're rushing, you're gonna find yourself dying a lot. You have to slow down the pace, wait, and try and like think about your next move before you make it, because these maps are so large that moving 10 feet could mean life or death, and in Black Ops 2 that wasn't the case. So you have to really change the way you think about the game in Call of Duty Ghosts, which was not something I was expecting. I thought it was going to be like normal, like any other Call of Duty, just with a couple minor changes here and there, which is what Call of Duty most of the time is. But in this game, they changed so much. But I am definitely not whining. I like this game. I like the customization, the perk system. You level up a little bit slow though, but once you get used to the game, you start to quicken up the pace a little bit. You know, the maps are tolerable. I can do good on several of the maps, but the problem is that there's so many buildings also that people can just sit in and wait for you. Like in this little clip right here in the game, I'm just sitting in this house because they're all rushing from the right side of the map, and I'm just slaying them as they come at me, and I finally die there, as you can see. So, you know, you just gotta play different. I think that in order to do well in this game, you have to aggressive camp, and basically, to shortly explain what that is, you move from, like, you go to high traffic areas or places where you can get a complete overview of high traffic areas, and then you stay there for like an amount of time that it would take to get a good amount of kills. And then once you see that they're no longer pushing that area, you move to the next area. But you try not to stay in one area too long, or else you will get picked off, because, you know, unless you're using IEDs, it's very easy to get killed if you're standing in one place. So, also now to talk about what I think is a bit overpowered. Dual magnums are definitely too strong, in my opinion. Dual magnums take like one shot if you shoot with both of the guns at the same time. And although they don't have that much range, it doesn't seem to matter, because people just use agility and then they run super fast and get in your face and pick you off really easily. Another thing that's overpowered in my opinion are IEDs, because although they give you 3 seconds, like, what happens is they start beating, like, the beeps, the 3 beeps that you get before it goes off, it starts beeping when you're really far away. So you think that you ran past it already, but in truth, it's still right in front of you, and you get blown up by it anyway. So it's really confusing, because the same thing happens even if you stand in one place, because they have a huge blast radius. So that's another thing I think they should patch. And also the MSBS. Now, the MSBS, a lot of people call it miss bullshit, because it kills in pretty much one burst every time. And the gun, it doesn't kill in one burst as much as people say, but it does kill in one burst very often. And that is a problem, but when I use it, I get mostly 2 bursts. It's like the M8 and Black Ops 2, except Call of Duty Ghostified, if that makes any sense. So, you know, it's definitely overpowered in my opinion, but it's not as overpowered as people make it seem to be, because in the beginning of the game, a lot of people used to use it, but now it seems to have died down, and everyone's starting to spread out and use a variety of different guns, which I like, because there are a lot of guns in this game. There are a lot of guns to choose from, and there are a lot of ways to customize your classes, so you don't often see people using the same thing. Another thing I would like to talk about is the colors. The colors are like bland. I feel that whoever designed the color scheme for these maps is like going through a rough divorce or something that caused them to go into a deep depression, because everything is gray, and then most of the players' characters are gray as well, so characters blend in extremely well with the map. which pretty much screws you over when you're trying to get those long range picks. And ghillie suit makes it even worse. But that's the end of the commentary here for today, guys. That's all I really wanted to touch upon. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Expect more Call of Duty Ghosts videos this week, and I will see you next time.